You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast. The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kirk Cross.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things basketball across the Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia areas.
All right, our third team from the MAC to address the media tonight is the Maret School, led by Coach Chuck Driessell. Chuck is entering his 11th year with the Frogs. He will introduce his players. I think we're waiting on one of his players who's coming from football practice who will be here momentarily. But, Coach, if you want to introduce your guys, and then media members, if you can please tell us who you are and what media outlet you're with before your first question, we would appreciate it. Coach?
All right, thanks, Mark. Super excited to be here. With me is Cole Riley. He's a senior, 4 years at Maret and 3 on the varsity. And Ada Cubukcu is a senior as well. This is his second year at Maret, both years being on varsity. Coming is J Marcus, which is another senior of ours who's been at Maret for 4 years and 3 years on the varsity.
Houston Wilson from Pro Insight, right here. You alluded to it. You got 3 seniors up here. It's in the media packet. You talk about your strength being a lot of experience. Just talk about how important that is in a conference like the MAC.
It's huge. I think we're in one of the best conferences in this whole DMV. Great players, great coaches, great atmosphere. It's difficult to play night in, night out if you're not ready. If you're not experienced, it becomes a much more difficult challenge. This is probably the most experienced team I've had since I've been at Maret in terms of having 3 seniors that have the experience that they have. Hopefully that'll pay us some big dividends, and they'll use that experience because they know exactly what it takes to compete night in and night out in this conference.
Jack Smith, Panther Media. Coach Driessell, how do you replace the production of Avery Knight that you lost, and does that change the offensive scheme at all? Yeah, it's a great question. We went through the same thing similarly last year when we lost our leading scorer, DJ Hill, to a knee injury. And, we sat around, we figured out how we're going to do this. And people just step up. And I'm super proud of my players. I think we've got a great nucleus of kids. Someone in that group is going to step up, and they're going to fill that, not necessarily that role, but they're going to fill that void that we did lose with that transfer.
Good evening, Coach Driessell.
Driessell, that's good.
Driessell.
Yeah.
My name is Gregory Lloyd Coleman from Scholar Athlete Sports Network. You all went 5-6 in the MAC conference last season. What are some changes that you are looking to implement this season so that you'll have a better time in the conference moving forward?
Score more points than our opponents. That'll be the first thing I'll tell them after about every game. Guys, we just need to score a few more points. I thought we did as good a job as we could have on the defensive end. I think this year that'll be super important for us because of the loss of some points that we're going to have to find somewhere else. And until we find those, we're going to need to really shore up our defense. So first couple of weeks, I take that back, all season, we're going to really focus on getting our defense where it needs to be so that we can win games on that end of the floor.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, how you doing first?
I'm doing great.
All right. What's your recruiting pitch for the Frogs when you walk into somebody's living room? How do you sell that program? In my estimation, it's well-heeled. You got a good academic footprint. It's secular, so you don't have to deal with the religious thing. But what do you tell people? How do you lure them in to Maret?
Well, first of all, I talked to them about the history of the school and how successful they've been, both academically and athletically. But from an academic standpoint, we consider ourselves one of the top schools in the country. And so if a young man is interested in his academics and where that can take them in life, that's a pretty easy sell once they start to see our background, see our teachers, see our curriculum. And that pretty much puts us in the ballgame with any other high academic institution. We're a small school. We're 650 kids. We're the smallest school in the MAC. which has been a challenge for us. But because of guys like this, they don't look at it as a detriment. They look at it as, some motivation. So I tell a young man, you want to come and play right away and develop, a.k.a. Luka Garza. He came in as a freshman, got immediate minutes, developed and learned from his mistakes, and then continued to go from there. So I think from a basketball standpoint, you have an opportunity at Maret to play right away and get those minutes it takes to complete your development as a player.
Right.
Yep. And then, of course, my tremendous experience.
Coach right here, Marcus Elton, Made Hoops.
Hey, Marcus.
Just piggybacking off of some of the stuff you just mentioned, being a smaller school, not having like this huge student body to draw from. What are the things that you guys hang your hat on? I can't believe it's been 11 years you've been there, but what is Maret basketball, if you had to describe it?
Yeah, work hard, play smart, play together. You do those three things every day, and try to get everybody on the same page. You're gonna have the best experience you can have. Sometimes that doesn't always work out, but we want our guys to play really hard, play smart, and play together. And I know that seems like a cliche, but that's just something that we talk about. We put signs up in the locker room to try to remind our guys it's not a complicated thing. Let's just go out and do those three things and do those better than our opponent. And along the way, the most important thing, and I hope these guys get it. I know I've coached a lot of guys since I've been there. The most important thing is that relationship that they build with each other. And I know every coach in our league is trying to do the same thing, but Josh, the wins and losses, they come and go. The championships, they're awesome. We want them. We compete for them. But it's the relationship 10 years from now that if they've developed during their experience as a unit playing basketball, that'll be the most important thing. And we talk about that, and I do my best to try to foster that.
Alfonso Duckett, Who's Mizzou Network. This question is for you, Cole. Speak about the grit and toughness you bring from the football field and how that helped you on the basketball court.
All right, so I would mostly say that bringing that grit and toughness is mostly me just playing hard on defense all the time, getting every rebound, hustling for every loose ball. I just feel like, because before I played football, I feel like I was a pretty soft kid, to be honest. And then coming from football to basketball just taught me that if I hit somebody harder than they hit me, I'm not going to feel anything. So that's really what I try to bring to the court, bring that mentality as well, because then it just works out both ways. Thank you.
Kai Alexander, Scholar Athlete Sports Network, and this question's for the players. With all three being returning seniors at a smaller school, how do you plan to use your experience and your leadership to help guide the other players on the team?
I can go first. Okay, so I would say, I've been on the varsity team since I was a sophomore. I didn't get a lot of minutes till the end of my sophomore year. I would mostly just say that I would just tell kids to just stay in the gym, keep their head down, because that's mostly what I did. I would just show up to practice every day, work hard. That's pretty much all you can do, to be honest. But you just can never let yourself be unmotivated. You have to keep pushing, you have to keep grinding, because after that, there's nothing more you can do. Nobody's gonna really stick their hand out and then we'll try to pull you up, but there's nothing we can do for you, to be honest. We can just be there to catch you if you fall, but you have to climb up yourself.
Joseph Mitchell, Capital Hoops. For Coach, you mentioned it's one of your more senior-laden groups in a while, one of your more talented groups in a while. Any expectations going into this season in a real tough conference?
Yeah, we'll sit down, talk about that when we get together. Certainly, we have a saying every year, and we put it on a wristband, and we kind of use that to motivate ourselves through the year. This year's saying will be to play to win. But not the type of play to win maybe some people think about the scoreboard. It's how you play and to bring that competitiveness every day. So I think these seniors, and I got 4 starters returning, these seniors know what I want. I have a good relationship with them. I can get on them. I can motivate them. I think they know that it's coming from my heart, right? Yes, sir. And so I think if they'll let me push them really hard and they'll respond because of that experience, you're looking at a team that I think will surprise a lot of people.
T. Caston Williams with Scholar Athlete Sports Network. How y'all doing? 3 major tournaments plus a IAC plus MAC challenge game. That's going to lead to a lot of exposure and a lot of eyes. So, question for Coach and the players, whoever wants to answer. What would y'all say is the key to staying focused and keeping your composure when you've got a lot of eyes on you in big games, big tournament games like these?
For me, it's simple. Next play mentality. Just, keep playing. Don't worry about what happened the last play, whether it's good or bad. Next play mentality. Let's go out and just keep fighting.
All right, so just trusting one another and, taking every game at once and, being ready for every game, taking every practice, discipline, and, just being ready.
I would say just controlling what you can control. You can't control who's going to show up. You can't control what they're going to think of you. You can just control how you play. And you can play for your brothers. That's all you can do at the end of the day. So that's what I'll say.
Alfonso Duckett again, Who's Mizzou Network. Correct me if I'm saying the phrase wrong. Protect the pawn?
That's correct.
Mr. TJ Marcus, what does protect the pawn mean to you?
I think it means just play together, don't play for other people on the other team. I think it means me personally to just play together as a team, play Maret basketball, don't play no other team basketball, and just stay calm as one another. Don't blame nobody for nothing else, and just be ready in the moment. That's what I think. Just play together, really.
We got time for 1 or 2 more questions if anyone else has anything for Maret.
I'd like to say thank you, Capital Hoops, Mark Stern. Great idea, phenomenal. Thank you so much. And also to Darren McClinton, who runs this facility. He played for me and my dad at JMU, a real baller if you've never seen him play, and a real student of the game. So thank you to those groups for putting this together. It's a great experience, and I'm sure these guys, including myself, will remember this and maybe use it to motivate us as we go through the season.
Of course. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck to you guys this year. Coach, if you can come to the back and talk to Coach, Coach Cross, DMV Hoops Pod, and St. James, you guys will be up in 5 minutes, please. St. James, 5 minutes.
And now, post-podium access with Kurt Cross, Maret School, and head coach Chuck Driessell.
Kurt Cross with the DMV Hoops Podcast. We've got Chuck Driessell from the Maret School. Coach, why should someone come see Maret play this year?
I think they need to come see us play because we are going to be we're going to play some good basketball, and that happens when you have some experience and kids have played together for a while and they know each other and they know what to expect because of their experience. You watch good teams that have depth, that don't have not necessarily depth, but they have experience. They kind of connect a little bit more than a young team that's trying to figure that out. So I think from that perspective, you'll see some good basketball.
You're senior heavy. You gonna make some noise?
I'm gonna try to. We're in a really tough league. I mean, there's some really good teams and really good players and coaches, and so we got to be on our game. But anything can happen.
We're gonna protect the pond, and I'll see you along the way.
Oh, absolutely. I look forward to seeing you too.
All right, fella.
Take care.
You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast. Thanks for listening. You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast. Thanks for listening.